Hello and welcome back to the Great Patriotic War. And it's time to do it. We're gonna try to block this bloody Panzer Army off. Don't know how we're gonna do it. We're gonna try. So I've been thinking a lot about this, but I mean, if we knew what was over here, like obviously this is infantry here, so if this is all infantry all the way back to here, that would really suck. But if it's not, it's very interesting. It doesn't really change anything major because, I mean, I'm willing to risk a single cavalry division to check it out, just to poke my head over, just to gain some intel. Let's see. If I go here, do I get any intel? No. Shit. Alright. Okay. That's kind of what I was looking for. They split up a division. So this is a brigade here. And that's kind of what I was expecting. I was kind of expecting them to split this up to hold their flank while the tanks are trying to push straight through. So, kind of what that means, I think, is that we can potentially hold this rail open a little bit longer and maybe degrade their supply just that little bit more. So I'm willing to commit one more mobile division. I'm not sure what it will be here. Can we get... I can't get all the way there. So it has to be a tank division, which is a little sad. But holding this rail line open here, and maybe even taking that hex there. I mean, with 10, we could afford to make a mistake here. So not letting them get this double rail is really important to our potential success here. So like the longer we can hold that open, the better. Now, as far as actually defending this, what the hell am I gonna do? I mean, I'm kind of thinking try to hold this river line with whatever I can. So I can at least march some infantry over to hold the river. And hope that that'll buy us enough time. And then I'll just throw some of the crappier units in front of that. Hopefully to buy an extra turn. But that's the general idea, I think. So we'll kind of use the cavalry as a screening force while our other guys retreat. And we're going to try to throw a lot of combat power onto this hex and onto this line here. So like these hexes here are our corner. And that's what we really want to try to defend with whatever we have left. Which probably ain't going to be a whole hell of a lot. This can come off the train. Because I think I'm just going to leave that there. I think this is in good enough shape to fight now. I think both of these are. So we'll get them off the train. And maybe we'll use the tank division as a kind of a reserve here. Maybe I'll stick them onto this rail hex. And that's a clear hex. That's a pretty good one to hold too. I'm just not quite sure. Or I could send them a little bit north, but I don't really need them in the north yet, I don't think. I think we'll move them here. And then we'll put them on reserve. And this infantry division will just move maybe a hex to the north. Okay, so we can rail up because this is already on the train, so it should have... So we can use this to hold a line here. So what I'm thinking is kind of leave the door open to this river. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe that's a bad idea. I don't know. This is a pretty strong division. I mean, all of these are relatively strong right now. Just not like super strong, you know? Alright, I want the mechanized division holding kind of that spot there, maybe. And like I said, we're going to use the cavalry to kind of screen our force. So like obviously they're going to get destroyed, but the idea with the cavalry in that scenario is to just kind of buy time. What we really don't want to do is lose Orel super easily. So we do want to focus on trying to reinforce it if possible. I also kind of want to hold this river crossing to prevent a big breakout. Well, it doesn't look like that's what they're doing. I don't think they're going to go that way. I think they're just trying to smash forward. So I do want to try and reinforce as much as I can. This unit's not great for heavy wood, so maybe I'll put him on the rail line in front of the city to try and hold that crossing for a little bit longer. It might... I mean, I maybe would think about putting a fort there if I had more time, but I don't. Okay, so these NKVD guys, well, save them to like maybe just throw on a extra hex. Like at least they can kind of just be in the way here more than anything. That's kind of the same idea with these cavalry forces. Just be in the way. That's what we're looking for. Alright. So now the tank boys. Let's see, what else do we have here? What is... Malo Archangelesk is a level 1 rail, I believe. Oh, it's not even a rail yard. That's unfortunate. Oh, that's... Any rail here? No. So the only two railheads we have to work with are Kursk and Orel. So we definitely have to hold them. Like our life depends on it. I mean, the other question is, what can I eventually send south to Kharkov? Because it's going to be under threat too by another force coming there. Scary stuff. Scary. And where do I want to defend really strongly? Probably this river crossing here. Alright, so those guys are already on a train, so we don't want to waste their movement. Let's just send these rifle divisions over. I think we'll just do one there for now. It's probably not even worth it to fortify those hexes. Just try to dig in the best they can. Now, over here, it might be worth it to try and fortify them. There's not a ton of time, though. That's the problem. Okay, now the rest of these guys I want to reinforce the troops around Orel with, ideally. Guess this guy can't make it that far. I would like an infantry division there to support that mechanized. Maybe this mountain division. Alright, I'm going to leave those two on the train and see if I can't get them to go somewhere. I'm also going to load up, let's see, I think if I send these two divisions south, they're already on their train. So if we ship them south, let's see how far we could get them. If we ship them south to like Kharkov, they could unload still. Actually, they could, because they're already on the train, they could unload pretty much anywhere. I could even ship them all the way to the front and unload them. So maybe I'll send one division onto this and then the other over here. So like send them here. That's, and then the other one can go into the other hex on the other side. We'll figure out their assignments in a minute. Can I knock it off the train? Thank you. So now I'm left with some cavalry divisions, and I think I'll also send a tank division south. Where do we want to go? And this is pretty strong now. So let's get them over here. I mean, this is now damn close to being ready, but not quite ready. So we'll bring this down from Kursk. Oops. Put them on the choo-choo. So they can't quite get off this turn, but that should be fine. Because I'm planning on bringing enough stuff here to at least slow it down to prevent losing Poltava this turn. But next turn, it's probably going to be, like, they're going to be right there. Alright, I'll bring down maybe some cavalry to the south. Because I've just got nothing in this huge expanse here. And I just want to make sure that there's something. Even if it's not good. And we'll have to unload that next time, but at least get things moving that direction. Oh, shoot, we gotta move these onto a hex where they can load up. The other option is we ship them all the way down to Crimea. What's in here? Okay, they've got pretty beefy infantry divisions already there, so they should be fine to hold Zaporizhia. So I'll send them both all the way down to the south, I think. Unless there's something further north I could do with them. I don't really see anything. Short of holding a kind of mobile reserve up there, I don't really see anything. I mean, I could ship them over here, I guess, but I could also walk them over there. Yeah, I think the best place for them might actually be in the Poltava area. So I'll send them to Ramadan. Not to be confused with Ramadan, I guess. It's really scary only having one division down here, though. Alright, screw it. We'll send all 3 divisions south. I know they're just cavalry divisions, but it's better than nothing. And then I think I will need this division here. So for now, we'll send it up to Orel, and it will be on refit. Give it directly to the central front, I think. All right. Now for organization. So we do have the 42nd Army here. So let's give at least a few guys to him. So we'll give over the 395th. We'll give him a bunch of divisions right here. So we'll make sure that he's an infantry commander. I don't think we have enough AP to promote him or to replace him this turn, but he will be an infantry type commander. All right, so that's there. I guess if I move up to Dmitriev, I know it's not on a depot. Alright, what other generals do I have in this area? Got the 3rd Army, which is kind of collapsing. Got a bunch of unready units in the area. This guy's depleted, but he could get back in the fight relatively quickly. Alright, those divisions are actually kind of entrenched. They're at fort level 1, that's not bad. Oh god. What the hell's going on here? I just stuck all my generals in one place, I guess. Or maybe they got knocked out of Bryansk. I don't remember. It was such a large gap between when I last played. Okay, so the 29th Army was commanding kind of the northern forces here. But I'm thinking because the 21st Army is here now, and the 10th Army is already commanding a lot up here, we might as well... So like this guy could go to the 10th Army, I think. Let's see. I think half of the stack is going to the Airborne Corps. Where the hell is the Airborne Corps? It must be right here. There it is. which is under the 10th Army as well. So I might as well give the Airborne Corps this rifle division. Take them away from the 29th Army. Because then we could use the 29th Army. How close is the Airborne Corps to being full? I think he could take two divisions. So like we'll give him this. Okay, so now the Airborne Corps is commanding the former elements of the 29th Army. And the 29th Army is kind of freed up to, well, this is going to get taken off the map as soon as possible. I mean, it's just an anti-tank brigade. Maybe we could get it back in the action. I'll send it down towards Kursk. Give it to the 42nd Army for now. Put it on refit. It'll take a few turns to get back in the fray. This guy from the 3rd Army is depleted. That's a shame. Alright. So try to get those guys back somewhat ready. These were already refitting. Where's my next depot behind this? I don't really have one. That could be a problem. Kind of thinking Gorbachevo. I mean, Gorbachevo would be good. Yelets would be kind of good. What is this? Is this a rail? It says a rail yard, so this would be a good depot spot. Before I do that, I want to make sure that I can't replace this guy, or that I don't need to replace him more. Initiative of 3 is very bad, but otherwise he's not a terrible general, so he should be fine for at least this turn. All right, 3rd Army. Where do I want you located? Probably not where you are right now. But he can't really go further back either. Wow, look at the rail usage through that thing. Why is there no rail? Like, this is green and it's only coming down for 26. Why is everything trying to go through this one rail area? I guess there's just a lot of divisions up here, but why is nothing coming through here? It's so weird. I wonder if because, let's see. So if it was going 0, 1, 2, and then the nearest 4 was right there. So instead of hitting the 3 first, it hit the 2. And then it was, yeah, ooh. So if I put a depot here and set it to a 1, I wonder if that would fix the issue. I'm not sure. It might fix the issue. Okay, 21st Army only has 1 unit assigned to it. Could I then give this guy to the 3rd Army to see if room? I think he does now. Because he got somebody killed last turn. Yeah, so I wonder if this will work. I don't know. I really don't know. It concerns me that it was so screwed up there. Also concerns me that we have big ass infantry divisions coming towards us, but Not much we can do. Hopefully we can just hold the river. Oh. I didn't even notice that last time. Jeez. He was just gonna cross the river for free. Damn. That would have been embarrassing. Wow, thank God I noticed that. Jeez, that's scary. Can't believe I almost let that happen. Okay. Obviously, 42nd Army is going to be going to the Bryansk front. That much is clear. Because there's no room in the central front. So he's going to the Bryansk front. And he's also going to need some artillery. So give him some core artillery. Can give him a howitzer. Don't really have anything else that I can give him, unfortunately. Oh, I can give him construction units. Have those. Let's lock his supply level, support level. Okay, so 42nd Army is looking pretty good, other than this anti-tank brigade, which is not sure where that's going to fit in. I'll figure out somewhere. It's got enough guns that it could be worthwhile. And the other thing is this 293rd Rifles. We probably want them going somewhere else. I'm thinking eventually maybe the 29th Army. That makes sense to me. Because I'm thinking the 29th Army can kind of start holding some of this stuff back here. Now that it's completely freed up. So we'll have them based maybe out of like Zamivka. The other thing is we don't have a ton of air bases around here, do we? Kind of want some air bases in this area. Just so we can actually have air support. Might be important for the coming battles. I don't know if those will be ready before the Germans get here, but hopefully. This is going to be a crazy battle. The Battle of Orel. First Battle of Orel, I should say. No guarantee it's going to be the last. So if this guy gets hit, he's probably going to retreat this way. I would imagine. Whatever. It's just a tank division. Don't worry about it. Where's the 29th? Okay, so these two divisions. Kind of want to get them a little bit further back. I don't know if I want to get them as far back as like Tula or something, but... And the other option is I could send them south. South to Kharkov, refit there, and then I could choose where I want them to go. Or I could send them south to Kursk. Give them to the 42nd Army and have them refit on the Kursk hex. Maybe I'll do that. I think they can both make it, so We'll give them both to the 42nd Army. They're obviously already on refit here. That'll free up a little bit of command for the 3rd Army to get some of the trash from this defensive area here. I guess the 3rd Army also needs some bodyguards. Can I back off one? No. Well, there's no need for this front to be here. We could maybe back them off to Yelets, or send them up to Tula, or all the way down to Kharkov. Any place I send them is going to be a problem. I guess I'll send them to Ferozna. Okay. 3rd Army is stuck where it is. What a pain in the ass. There's just nothing I can move down there. Well, nothing I want to move down there, I should say. I could move a lot of stuff down there. I don't want to yet. So I want to keep some elite divisions intact here. I also don't want this to get just obliterated. I guess the mechanized division is going to have to do the job. So I'll give that to the 3rd Army. I'll give this shitty cavalry division to the 3rd Army. Shift a division down, maybe. At least that gives us 4. This whole stack is only worth 1. That's how worthless these divisions are right now. Ooh. We could give them to the 4th Airborne Corps, but I'm pretty sure the 4th Airborne Corps is led by somebody who does not have a goddamn clue what to do with tanks. Yeah. I mean, why would he? He's an airborne commander. He's not too bad with infantry, though. Look at that. I would love to be able to reinforce that. So maybe I will rotate out this airborne corps unit and rotate in the other one. So at least that's a 3. You know, obviously when they get hit by the SS guys, they're gonna just get obliterated, but at least it'll give them a bit of a fighting chance. You know, it'll slow things down a little bit, which is all we can really hope for in this kind of situation. I need to stuff something in that gap. I'm now regretting that, sending those cavalry units down. I wonder if I could rail something. Well, I could at least rail him in behind here. Could be useful next turn. Alright, how full is the central front? That's my question. He's at 63 of 72, so he's pretty full. I'm thinking of switching the 29th Army down to the Bryansk front, to be honest, because the Bryansk front is at 58. It's got a lot more room. So if I give this over to the Bryansk front, and then I gave a bunch of this stuff to him, yeah, he probably can't command all of this, but at least he can command some of it. Oh, whoops. Sometimes I wish there was an undo button on the assignments. Often I wish there was an undo button on the assignments because it's so easy to misclick. You know what I mean? Just getting all these guys over to the 29th Army. I was thinking about maybe making that a depot just for the bonus, for like the resupply bonus. Ah, screw it. I think I will. I haven't really played around with that kind of stuff too much, but if I give it kind of a low priority, then like the stuff should still pass through to Kursk and Orel, but maybe a little bit will get funneled through. Maybe just to be safe, I will bump Orel and Kursk up to, well, Orel up to a 3, just because there's going to be a lot of supply coming through there. Yeah, maybe that makes sense. Okay, so the 21st Army can then take, I think, the rest of the trash. 43rd Army. Where did I end up putting that? Oh, is that this one? No, 42nd. Where's the 43rd Army? So he's on the 42nd Army. That's one we don't want. Let's see. He's 5 away from the 29th. 29th is pretty full, though. Yeah, we'll start giving them to the 21st Army. Oh, Jesus, it's on rail mode. I was like, what? Why is it 60? Alright, and now I can give the rest of these guys over to the 21st Army. I think I already reassigned him stupidly. Wherever you are, 43rd Army, you're losing a unit. Okay, so then those 2 3rd Army guys are going to now go to the Central Front direct, maybe? I'm never quite sure if that's better. Like, I know there's a bonus for stacking with your commander. I just don't know how significant it is relative to getting more rolls. Because obviously the concept of your logistics are that if you have more layers of administration between you and high command, you get more opportunities to roll your logistics. But I guess you also get more opportunities to fail with shittier commanders. So, like, theoretically, if you've got a really good general, you will simply fail less. And so that might be worth it. I don't know. So, I don't know. Who is our Bryansk front commander? I didn't even check. Is he anyone good? Ermenko. He's a pretty balanced commander, actually. Not bad. I don't know anything about him in real life. So if you do, let me know. God, I want something for that gap. I want something bad. But what could I use? I really don't want to waste a tank division or a strong infantry division. I wish I'd kept one of those other cavalry divisions up here. Could I do it by shortening the line? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. What a puzzle. Oh well. Why is this guy going to Stavka? Can he go to the 52nd Army? Because he's stacked with a guy with the 54th Army. What is this? It's the 52nd Army. Why is he not going to the 52nd Army? Stalin, what are you doing? Alright. Now, as for this trash here, it's going to get annihilated kind of no matter what commander I put it under. But, and I guess I'll give it to the 42nd Army. I don't know. How much room do I have? He's actually overstacked already. Jesus Christ. Did I already reassign this? I did. I know I already reassigned that. God damn it. These limits on the fronts are so low. And there's so few fronts. The organization for the Russians is so difficult. So what are my options? Because I stupidly have already assigned this guy. Oh God. What did I do to myself? Is there anything stupid under him that I could get rid of? Fourth, that was already changed. 50th Army, where is that? He's got a bunch of understrength divisions. Where is the 50th Army? Aha. Naughty, naughty. Who could I give these guys to? I don't know. I think I did that last time just to get the Southwestern Front under its limit. Well, the 50th Army is not super important right now, so we could just have them go back up to Stavka. I know that looks bad, but I'm probably going to be pulling them off the line anyways. Like, what I could do is I could reassign these 2 units to the Southwestern Front and then pull the rest back, shift them over to the right, and then give them to the Southern Front next turn. Okay, so that probably fixes our problems. So now he's at 69. Nice. Can we give you some goddamn supply? Holy shit. Alright, let's check the other supply situations. He's a 2, that's probably fine. He's a 3. Okay. Did I give them? Give them their artillery. 42nd Army's good to go for artillery. What about the 29th Army? Don't think I gave them artillery yet. So do have construction. That's good. But they need artillery. We don't have a ton of artillery available. Do have some anti-tank guns. I'm very tempted. I'm also tempted to give them a low strength AA battalion, but they're very low strength. I think I might send them back to the pool. Guess I'll take one of the core artillery. So that gives them at least enough artillery and engineers to get by and hopefully stop this madness. The 3rd Army, I want to make sure the 3rd Army gets some anti-tank guns. I'm going to give him one more anti-tank gun. Because frankly, he can't have too many right now. Kuznetsov. The question is always, which Kuznetsov? There's so many. This is Vasily. And he's been doing a shit job of his work so far. I cannot believe how easily he let Bryansk fall. Admittedly, I did not think that the Germans would actually assault at that turn. I thought I was going to have one more turn before they would assault the city, but they were a lot more aggressive than I expected. And I'm hoping that means they're going to pay the price for it, because I thought they were going to take the time to go ahead and take this rail, the double rail, so that they would get supply. The fact that they didn't is actually somewhat good for me, because it might mean that they overextend a little bit, but it's bad because I don't have time to set anything up. So it's kind of a mixed bag of results. Now, I know you're probably thinking this is a terrible place for this depot, but I don't know enough about the depot rules. What I could tell from the manual is that if you stick a depot somewhere, you refit faster and you push supply through better. So if it's as simple as there's some sort of buff for sitting on the hex with your HQ, then it might be worth it to just slap one down like that. So I'll see if it's worth it. I'm going to leave these guys assigned to Stavka because they're just going to die. Except for maybe this rifle division. But, I mean, it's so far away from everything. Well, except for the 3rd Army. It could go to the 3rd Army. I mean, I guess I might as well give it to the 3rd Army in case it survives. I could actually even give this NKVD unit over to the 3rd Army, right? And that would still be under our total limit. But let's be real here. They're just going to walk right through, probably beat the sin out of the 352nd Rifle Division. And we're going to be kind of screwed. My only hope really is that they can refit one of these divisions in a couple of turns and then maybe sneak in behind. But if they cut this rail, I am in deep, deep trouble. So that is terrifying to me. Now, if they take the route I'm hoping they take more northerly, we should be okay. There should be enough delaying forces that they can't push straight through to Orel. But I said that about Bryansk too, so little scary there. Yeah. I don't know. We'll have to see, I guess. I would love to throw down a fortified unit in all of these hexes, but I just don't have the AP to do so right now. In the south, I guess we'll do that in the next episode because this took so long to set up. But in the south, we've got less urgent problems, except for this crossing of the Dnieper. Obviously, we've been trying to funneling the leftover troops that we have down into this area, but it's still going to be a big problem. Especially these very high supply infantry divisions. I'm almost thinking it's worth it to kind of pull back and let them march for a while rather than fight it out, but I don't know. We might have to use space as a weapon to some extent. But we'll see. And that'll be next time. So we'll end this episode here, and can't wait to see you again next time. See ya.